Hey everyone, so picture this. You wake up tomorrow morning and decide you're going to eat eggs every single day. What would actually happen to your body? Would you turn into some kind of superhuman? Or would your cholesterol levels go through the roof? Well, I've spent weeks diving deep into the research, and what I found is going to surprise you. Let me start with something that might shock you. For decades, we were told that eggs were basically little cholesterol bombs, waiting to destroy our hearts. But here's the thing. A massive study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association followed over 177,000 people across 50 countries for nearly a decade, and they found absolutely no association between moderate egg consumption and heart disease. In fact, people who ate up to 1 egg per day actually had a slightly lower risk of stroke. Mind blown, right? So what makes eggs so incredibly special? Think of an egg as nature's perfect little package. It literally contains everything needed to create life, which means it's packed with nutrients that our bodies absolutely crave. We're talking about all 9 essential amino acids that your body can't produce on its own. That's why nutritionists call eggs a complete protein source. 1 large egg gives you about 6 grams of high-quality protein. And here's the kicker. Your body absorbs and uses egg protein more efficiently than almost any other food source. But protein is just the beginning. Eggs are loaded with choline, and most people have never even heard of this nutrient. Even though it's absolutely crucial, your brain needs choline to produce acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that's essential for memory and cognitive function. A study from Boston University found that people with higher choline intake performed significantly better on memory tests and had less brain shrinkage as they aged. 1 egg provides about 147 milligrams of choline, which is roughly a quarter of what most adults need daily. Then there's the vitamin D situation. Most of us are walking around with suboptimal vitamin D levels, especially if we're spending most of our time indoors. Eggs from pasture-raised hens can contain up to 4 times more vitamin D than conventional eggs. We're also getting vitamin B12 for energy and nervous system health, selenium for immune function, and lutein and zeaxanthin for eye health. These last 2 are particularly fascinating because they're the same antioxidants found in your retina, literally helping to filter harmful blue light. Now, let's talk about what happens when you actually start eating eggs every day. In the first week, you might notice your energy levels becoming more stable throughout the day. This happens because eggs have a low glycemic index, meaning they don't cause those crazy blood sugar spikes and crashes that leave you feeling drained. The high-quality protein helps maintain steady blood glucose levels, and many people report feeling fuller for longer periods. By the end of the first month, some really interesting changes start happening. A study published in the International Journal of Obesity found that people who ate eggs for breakfast lost 65% more weight and had a 34% greater reduction in waist circumference compared to those who ate bagels with the same number of calories. This isn't magic. It's because protein increases your metabolic rate and helps preserve muscle mass during weight loss. Your hair and nails might also start looking better. After a month of daily egg consumption, eggs contain biotin, sulfur, and high-quality proteins that are literally the building blocks of healthy hair and nails. Some people notice their hair becoming shinier and their nails getting stronger. But here's where it gets really interesting. The long-term effects. People who consistently eat eggs as part of a balanced diet often see improvements in their lipid profiles over time. Now, this might sound counterintuitive, given eggs' reputation, but multiple studies have shown that for most people, dietary cholesterol has a minimal impact on blood cholesterol levels. Your liver actually produces about 75% of the cholesterol in your body, and when you eat more cholesterol, your liver typically just makes less. A landmark study following people for over 30 years found that those who ate up to 1 egg daily had no increased risk of heart disease. In fact, some research suggests that eggs might actually improve your cholesterol profile by increasing HDL, the so-called good cholesterol, while making LDL particles larger and less likely to cause arterial damage. So who benefits most from eating eggs daily? Athletes and people who exercise regularly see tremendous benefits because eggs provide all the amino acids needed for muscle repair and growth. The leucine content in eggs is particularly important for triggering muscle protein synthesis. Older adults also benefit significantly because as we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, and the high-quality protein in eggs helps combat this process. People trying to lose weight often find eggs incredibly helpful because they're so satiating. The combination of protein and fat helps regulate hunger hormones like ghrelin and peptide. Why? Making you feel full and satisfied for hours? But eggs aren't for everyone. If you have familial hypercholesterolemia, a genetic condition affecting about 1 in 250 people, you should definitely consult with your doctor before increasing egg consumption. Some people are also hyper-responders to dietary cholesterol, meaning their blood cholesterol levels do increase significantly when they eat eggs. This affects roughly 25% of the population. People with diabetes should also be cautious, not because eggs are inherently bad, but because some research suggests that very high egg consumption might be associated with increased diabetes risk in certain populations. However, the research is mixed, and many diabetes educators actually recommend eggs as an excellent protein source for blood sugar management. Timing matters too. The best time to eat eggs is actually in the morning, and there's solid science behind this. Your body's protein synthesis rates are highest in the morning, after an overnight fast. Eating eggs for breakfast provides those essential amino acids when your body is primed to use them most effectively. Avoid eating eggs late at night, especially if you have digestive issues. While eggs are generally easy to digest, eating any protein-rich food close to bedtime can interfere with sleep quality for some people. Now, how many eggs should you actually eat? For most healthy adults, 1 to 2 eggs per day appears to be the sweet spot. Some studies have looked at up to 3 eggs daily without finding adverse effects. But there's no compelling reason to go higher than that, unless you're an athlete with significantly higher protein needs. Let me share a simple recipe that maximizes the nutritional benefits of eggs. Take 2 eggs and whisk them with a splash of milk or plant-based alternative. Heat a nonstick pan over medium-low heat with a touch of olive oil or grass-fed butter. Pour in the eggs and immediately add a handful of spinach, some diced tomatoes, and maybe a sprinkle of cheese. Gently scramble everything together, cooking slowly to keep the eggs creamy. This combination gives you the egg benefits plus additional vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants from the vegetables. The key is to cook eggs gently at lower temperatures to preserve the nutrients and avoid creating harmful compounds that can form when proteins are cooked at very high heat. Here's something most people don't know. The way you prepare eggs affects their nutritional value. Boiled and poached eggs retain the most nutrients, while scrambled eggs are nearly as good if cooked gently. Fried eggs can lose some nutrients, especially if cooked at high temperatures, but they're still nutritionally valuable. One more fascinating point. Eggs from pasture-raised hens are nutritionally superior to conventional eggs. They contain higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, and beta-carotene. If you can afford them, they're worth the extra cost. So what's the bottom line? For most people, eating eggs daily can be incredibly beneficial. You're getting a nutrient-dense, complete protein source that supports muscle health, brain function, eye health, and weight management. The old fears about cholesterol have largely been debunked by modern research, and the benefits far outweigh the risks for the majority of people. Just remember to listen to your body, vary your preparation methods, and if you have any existing health conditions, check with your healthcare provider. But for most of us, eggs can be a fantastic addition to a healthy daily routine. What's your experience with eating eggs? Have you noticed any changes in how you feel or look? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if this video helped you understand eggs better, hit that like button and subscribe for more science-backed nutrition content. I'll see you in the next one.